Hi guys, sorry that there hasn't been no videos. I've been on the atrium rotation, which is way too busy to video what I'm doing. So I'm going to do you a demonstration how I would make stuffing, freeze it or refrigerate it. I refrigerate it up to 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, or freeze it 4 to 5 days maybe. And then I have golden breadcrumbs to make. Yeah, I've never done it with golden breadcrumbs. I can't imagine it'll be too much different. But golden breadcrumbs, and I have 2 eggs. 1, maybe 2 I will use depending on how it looks to me. I have onions on the hob and a little bit of vinegar. No, a little bit of oil. Sort of the phase before caramelising. I can't think of the word. But so they're not caramelised. They're like still whole, but like taking off all that colour. So I'm going to go check them now. They are looking good. So they're almost done. I'm going to start on this as soon as they're done. It's just one of the things, but onions are what you wait for. This would be good for Christmas if you're going to like make a big quantity of food. So then what you can do is you can make them, refrigerate, freeze them, whatever you want to do, and then get them out at Christmas. Put them in the oven, bombs away. So that's my plan. I'm going to refrigerate them. It is, what day is it? No, I'm going to freeze them. It is Thursday. This is Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I need them for Sunday. I'm going to try and make it easier on myself. I'm also going to teach you what I do with the chicken on the day. I'm going to teach you what I'm going to do with the vegetables I'm going to do on the day before, which is the Saturday after college, because I'm volunteering. That's going to be fun. Well, let's see. I'm volunteering with my friend. These are done. Ooh, not quite. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. They're on a 2 or 3 on the hob, because I've got an electric hob. So if I was to do gas, I'd do 3 or 4. Depends on what gas hob it is. I like it doesn't really matter how hot they are as long as they don't caramelise too quick, because once they're caramelised they'll be no good for what you're doing. So I'm using red onions, but you're best off using white. I'm just using what I have on hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them on the chopping board ready. They need to cool down a little bit before I use them. So I'm going to put my breadcrumbs into a bowl. I'm using about 250-300 grams because I'm using more than I used in my lesson, because there's so in this box I've used is 400 grams. I've used just under 400 grams. I'd say there's about 100 grams, 200 grams left. So I am going to pour the onions in. With what you're doing, you want to wait for the oil to be mostly gone. If there's a little bit, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to incorporate that in. You are really best off using your hands. Don't wear gloves, because it's just, you're better off using your hands. And then first egg. So what I'm doing. Like you can see the egg. Right, now I'm going to mix because I don't really want egg on my hands yet. I'm going to say 2 eggs is best. I have butter in lesson. I can't remember if we put butter in it, but I can't imagine it would make too much of a difference other than making more of a like doughy consistency, but not a dough. But I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in. I've got probably, I was gonna say less than 10 grams, not a lot, literally just that. I'll put it next to the hob that was cooking. I'm putting a little bit more in at the same amount as the first time. Look, it's bringing in that clumpiness, like you want to be able to form it into dough. So look, it's coming, it's assembling. So that's that. I'll talk to you after I combine it all. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in it. So, ground white pepper. And some salt. It's combining so nicely. So now my plan is to get a tray. My oven is on, I'm making something else. Next is to know that. I've got the tray. Got some cling film on. It doesn't really need cling film. I used it earlier, but I'm going to use grease-proof paper. And ever so slightly. a little bit of oil because I'm not. But I'm going to put a little bit of oil now just to demonstrate you how to cook it. I have a fan oven, I'd put it on 180. Depending on how much you make, the time will vary. I'd say about 180 for 10-15 minutes for the amount I'm making. I'm making this for 2 per person and I have 8 people coming around. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. I think I'm gonna have more than enough, and I think 2 each is more than enough, but I'll probably have more. Let's see. Then you're gonna grab a chunk of it, put it in your hands, create like a dough, and then we have, you are better off using white breadcrumbs. It was just what I had on hand. I have a Lidl brand breadcrumbs. It was all I could get when I went, and it's literally what I have. I would say this is a bit big, but everyone loves stuffing, so no harm, no foul. I'm gonna store them in cling film in the fridge, no, in the freezer. So I'm just gonna put my tray in my freezer. I have a shed with an industrial fridge, industrial freezer and an industrial fridge, but they're gonna go in the freezer because of how long they're being stored for. So I have 2 so far. You want them to all be roughly the same size. Right, this is a normal size, I'd say. So I'm gonna add a bit more. So I'm doing giant ones, so I don't have to make as many, I reckon, because I've just realised there's 10 of us. Yeah, I made them big anyway, so 1 each. 4, 5, 6. You always need to remember your count, but I forgot I invited extra people. Well, my friend did. That's fine. No harm, no foul, I guess. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1 second, let me check my phone. Two people don't eat stuffing, so I'm gonna make 1 extra big one. Of course, that's gonna be for my sister, because why the hell not? So this in, they're looking good, so like they're like all in proper balls. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 there. I'm gonna wrap them in cling film, store them right outside in our sheds through the gate, and there's a shed with an industrial freezer. Oh, I might just do that little chest freezer. Either one. And then in the oven, which I've made. Well, I actually ain't made it, it's shop bought because I can't be asked to make one. Is my giant cookie dough. I'm gonna have a go at making one, hopefully one day in the week. So, if you like the tutorial, give me a like. So on Friday or Saturday, I'll give you an update on the veg. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you a method with kitchen roll and a Ziploc bag on how to keep them fresh. I'm gonna give you a nice little tip now to teach you. So you're gonna get a Ziploc bag. So I get mine from Costco. And then what I will do is I'll show you, I'll take you to the sink. It's a nice little trick I've learnt from my bread cups. And when I chopped up finely the onions. So, under the bag, you get your kitchen roll, you fold it in half. So, like the outside bit that comes from the inside of the roll. So you want the outside facing on the inside. And then you wet it. It's like disintegratable. Then you'll get another piece. So this is a 2-piece recipe. And then you'll flat it tied. And then you'll fold it in on itself. And then it's like a double layer. And then what you'll do is you'll open it, so it's like 2 pieces put together, if that makes any sense. Then you'll move the original piece because it's basically crumbled. This is now, it's saturated. Then you'll put your vegetables on the inside. You'll put them like that, you'll flatten it to mould to the shape of the veg and you'll put it straight in the bag, like that. So like I'm going to show you with what I'm going to do here is an onion. So I'm going to open it up, it's a little bit ripped, but that's fine. Open, you can store more than 1 piece, like I could put one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and that could do it. But for now I'm only going to do one. So I'm going to put this like this, over, sort of like comb it to the shape. So now that'll keep that nice and fresh because it's got a little bit of moisture. Put it straight in the Ziploc bag. It can't wilt because it's got the moisture to stop it from wilting. It'll keep it all nice and fresh. This will keep them like nice after I'd say about an extra week. Try and squeeze out the air. Clearly didn't do a good job at that. Like that. Put them in the corner. Squeeze out the air. Wrap it up if you want. Zip it up. And then put it nicely in the fridge. I've also done this trick with an outer bag to my celery that I'm going to be using. So nice fresh celery. I'm going to add to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this trick with a little bit of water. And I'm going to sort of like freshen it up to the bottom of the celery. Wrap it round. Add a little bit more water. It can't hurt. Sort of happens, it will stay moist. Now that's what I've done to my celery. And also, what else have I got? So I'm going to be doing celery for the chicken. Like I'm going to put the celery in the bottom of the pan with some white wine, a little bit of oil, and the marinade that I'm going to marinate the chicken with. I'm also going to teach you how to sew the chicken. I've got a lemon, a little bit of lemon juice is going to go in the pan with the chicken. I've got some broccoli and I can't think of the name of it. Cabbage. I'm going to be blanching my broccoli because, why not, I'm going to teach you a nice little way. I'm going to cut my broccoli now. So I'm going to take my knife and the way I'm going to cut my broccoli, so I'm going to store it in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to go like this. And then they sort of like go into little chunks. You're not supposed to cut your broccoli like this, but I found this the easiest way. And then some heads are just going to chop off. And you've got nice little broccoli trunks. And then you literally just use as much as possible. You can get rid of this. Mainly you can use this in stock, because I'm assuming, I don't think it will cause that much harm. It will actually bring more flavour in. I'm going to grab another Ziploc bag. But with this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to undo the bag. This can cause a little bit of mess. You're supposed to use a chopping board, but I haven't got a clean one at the minute. They're all in the dishwasher or sink. So with this one, I'm going to grab a few bits of kitchen roll into this. So this one I'm going to fold in half. And half again. And twist like a little bit of padding. Like this. And just run it straight under the sink. And then I'm going to take that, whack it straight in the bag, at the bottom of the bag, like so, until it covers the whole bottom of the bag. And I haven't like squeezed anything, so this one's very wet. And with broccoli you want things moist, so it doesn't go soft. So that's bottom of the bag. And then with these, there's two, I'm going to wet them. Sting them straight in the bag. I squeeze these ones a little bit. Still there's water that can come out, but I ain't going to squeeze that out. So just a little bit wet. Then like that. And you can see the water in the bag if you put it close. But it's not like so wet. There are some drips. So I'm going to put this straight in the bag. That one I'm going to rip a little bit. Because some of them are like... That one's fine. This one I'm going to just rip. That one don't need ripping, that one don't. This one can, because it's big and I see it earlier. And this one I can. And you have your bag for the broccoli. And then with this, I'm going to do another bit of kitchen roll. This one, that was helpful, isn't it? Get rid of that, I'll use that for the clean up. Only the finest thing in my kitchen. I ain't using straw and ink with half of toilet paper. Toilet paper, kitchen roll. And then this one I'm going to squeeze, but I'm going to grab the towel and squeeze. And then I'm going to put it on top. Like, this one's a bit more of a thinner strip as well. It's like it's not very thick. Just going to go across the top. I do everything like this, so it's just like that, and then you should keep it all moist, which it will do. No, I don't know how I said it should. It will do. It will keep it nice and fresh. You want to fold it over, under, so it's at the bottom of the bag. Then you're going to lay it down like that, and then you're going to seal it. That makes sure there's minimal air in it as possible. That's my broccoli. Straw it away all nicely. And put that at the bottom. Onion can go on the top. Celery is fine, it doesn't really need a bag. Just make sure there's not much water in there so it doesn't sit at the bottom of your fridge. Always take rings off when you're cooking. AirPods preferably, but I keep mine in. Well, when I'm at home, I'm not allowed to do it on class. I get in trouble. It might fall in. Obviously with me, I know at home that I will make a new batch over. They don't really, it's more wasteful if you have to do it. But I can either make a new batch or like sanitize my station if it falls on my station. It's more about spreading bacteria. Then we have the cabbage. Cabbages are normally fine, but I'm going to teach you how I do it with the cabbage. But always keep the bag. There is a bit of water because it's been in the sink. And we use the same bag to save it on waste. I'm not wasting one of my Ziploc bags for something that doesn't really need sealing. Right, this sort of acts as the sink, but I'm going to just dry up with this one because of how wet it did it. I feel like it's not very safe and sanitary. Right, water. Right, I've only tried to wet the middle of it. Then the sides are dry, the middle's wet. I'm going to put it over. Oh, that wasn't a very good demo. I'm going to put this over, so it's like that. Put it up to the sides, do a nice little tug so it covers the base. That is where you need the moisture, away from the bottom, around the sides just a bit to keep it nice and moist. I'm going to do another little piece. This bit I'm going to wet all the way through. Like this. And just do the same thing to cover more of the sides. Squeeze it, not too much water. In a nice moist bag. And in the fridge. Bombs away. But I'm not going to put it straight in the fridge because I'm going to do my lemon. So with this, I'm going to put a pan on my hob. My hob is an induction hob, so electric powered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try grill half of it, but I don't want to put it directly on this because I don't want any marks or anything. So I'm going to turn a saucepan upside down, well not even a saucepan, like a frying pan, upside down, put this on top, and it should do the same effect without any marks. Any marks that go on the saucepan will be able to be washed off. But right now, I'm going to teach you how I'm going to do this. This is a bit more of one of them ones that's a lot. So with this one, I'm going to put it on first. So it's all wrapped up. The stem should like instantly poke out. I'm getting all my veg from Lidl today because why the hell not? I live right next to it. My mum's going to say, you know what, I'll come with you. It's cheaper there. And then that's that one. I'm going to put it in the same bag. Bombs away. So I'm going to take my fridge and I'm going to show you all the prepped vegetable, well not even prepped, like stored vegetables. So I've got all my fresh veg here in this little section. I've got the onion behind this, the cabbage and lemon, celery and broccoli. That's what I'm going to be doing. I do have my potatoes are fine. They're dry stores, like they can just stay in the cupboard. Right, nice clean up time. I'm sure you don't really want to be watching this, but hop, done. I'm going to be spraying and sanitising after I use at home. I use a different brand than what I use at college. I use a CV at home. This is what I use at home, a CV. On my glass at home, I use Three Witches. I'm going to spray it on the tap because what you can clean on glass is also very good for silver. And then you take a wet cloth, a damp cloth, not even a wet cloth, just wipe it straight away. That is the best way of dealing with that. I'm going to be putting my salt and pepper away because fit over function. So that's all the way. Then I'm going to do that. Then I've got the bowl. The bowl can go in the sink until I'm ready. Time to clean it, and then I'll put it straight in the dishwasher. With the bloody, what they're called. I've gone mind blank, guys. I'm sorry. With the stuffing, I'm just going to lay grease paper. I'll put a bit more oil on when I cook it, and the can just go directly, once clean filmed, outside in the freezer. Right, so that's the clean up mostly done. I'm going to clean the other side after. Bye guys.